What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, brother Winston. We should be live once again. Okay, this is going to be part 2. The last stream ended abruptly, so this is basically part 2, y'all. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Okay, we talk about these allegations and different things regarding Diddy and how it connects to a much wider issue. Okay, and I'm actually kind of glad it stopped because I just got some new information that I just added to this next stream. Okay, I didn't plan on doing 2 videos here, but I got some new information, so we're going to continue talking about what we were just talking about. I'm gonna pull this story up with this stuff with Drake. Okay, if you don't know what we're talking about, guys, make sure you tune into the last video. Okay, and then the one right before this, the live right before this, and then just come back to this. All right, let me pull up these lyrics from Drake, as we were talking about Drake and his connection with this guy XXXTentacion, and how he's revealing essentially, look, okay, in these lyrics, it seems like he's basically saying, look, I took this guy's life, nothing you can do about it. Okay, I'm not gonna go over all of that and all we just said in the last live. It'll take a long time. Just watch the last live. We're gonna get back into this stuff and talk about what's going on with this stuff with P Diddy and so forth. So let me turn the music off real quick. Turn this pull this video up. Like the video, make sure to hit the like button if you guys can. Helps a lot. Okay, let me pull this up right here. All right, you should see it now. All right, now let's look at these lyrics. Okay, again, Drake said, maybe I should do a 20, maybe I should break that 20 and do a 10. So right there he names 10 once. Okay, then he says, maybe I should break that 10. Now he names 10 again. Do a 5. Then if it gets live, do a 5 again. So he names 5 twice. So he names 10 once. Then he says, maybe I should break that 10, do a so he names 10 twice. He says, break the 20, do a 10. Maybe I should break the 10. Says 10 twice. Do a 5. Then if it gets live, do a 5 again. So he names 5 twice, which is another 10. So essentially he's just named three 5s. Okay, excuse me, 3 10s, because XXXTentacion, the X is a Roman numeral for the number 10. Okay, so he's in a coded way saying, but not coded. If you can see what he's saying here, he's naming out X. Okay, the rapper XXXTentacion. Then after that he says what? He says, if he held his, right after that, okay, because it's important when he says this. Okay, he can't, if he says it somewhere else, it doesn't matter. But he's saying it right after he says 10 3 times. He then says immediately after that, he says, if he held his tongue on that live, he'd be alive again. Okay, because the rapper X had actually made a live where he was saying that if he turns up dead, okay, that I think I may have put it in the last one, okay, but if I haven't, he made a live where he basically said, if I turn up dead, okay, it's essentially Dre that took me out. Okay, so I'm not sure if that had it in my last video, because I'm 9% sure. But anyway, moving forward, y'all, I don't want to belabor this. Why did I bring this up? Why did I bring up this stuff about Drake? Okay, and this stuff with this guy X? Well, because Drake, just like I was saying with P Diddy, they are men who are basically homosexual that are telling you that they're not. Okay, they're saying, look, we're just we're whatever, but actuality, no, they're homosexual. Okay, but they want to appear as if they're not, even though we live in a time where it seems like everybody is trying to come out of a lot of men are coming out of the closet saying, we're this, we're that, we're bisexual, whatever. Okay, I'm not I'm not saying I'm for that. Okay, this is a Christian channel. We Christians over here. Okay, we believers in the Lord over here. But I'm saying this to show you, number one, this is what they're doing, and it's a group. It's a group. Just like we got the church, you got people that believe in God. Okay, so you got people that are homosexuals, and you got people that are like, with them, they're homosexuals, but they're hidden. Okay, they're not people that know what they are. I can look at them and tell who they are, but they don't want the general public to know who they are. You understand what I'm saying? So let's look at let me say, well, what proof do you got that Drake's gay? Because a lot of people don't understand that Drake is homosexual. When I first saw Drake, okay, on a magazine cover in a supermarket years ago, I immediately thought that this dude was gay. Okay, but let's look at this footage right here. Okay, hopefully I got this here. This is a video idea of Drake years ago. Okay, well, actually, it's a compilation of him from years ago and of him recently. Recently, check this out. Right.
Minnesota asks, who has been your favorite artist to work with and why?
Oh, why are you gay? I have to say, I can't say one person. I gotta say, yeah, I got.
So that's Drake. It's not somebody that looks like Drake. That's Drake. Okay. Now, does he look like he's kind of gay? Absolutely. Look how he's talking. Look what he's wearing. Okay, he's wearing pink. He looks okay. Like if I saw him walking down the street and he said, and he started talking to me, I would immediately think this guy was gay. Okay.
Oh, why are you gay? I have to say, I can't say one person. I gotta say, yeah, I gotta say, there's three people that I have to say. Well, me and Jay have like the greatest relationship, so every time we work, it's always fun. The greatest experience I had was with Alicia Keys. She made it so comfortable for me. You are gay.
Now these are recent pictures of Drake. Okay, as you can see, he got the fingernail polish going on. You may say, well, a lot of guys are doing that. No, not a lot of guys are doing that. And for the guys that are doing that, those guys are gay. Okay, I don't care what anybody tells you. No straight guy would even think of doing something like that. I guarantee you that.
And Wayne is my favorite person to work with, though, because it's just, ooh, little Wayne, he's just too good.
You gotta give Wayne the love.
He's just too good.
Once again, you made me thinking this isn't Drake. Look for this video. I guarantee you. Look for this original video. I guarantee you that is definitely Drake. Okay, saying, "Oh, it's just too good. It's just too good." That's Drake doing that. Okay, that's Drake saying it. The one that a lot of people are listening to. That's Drake doing that.
Wayne is my favorite person to work with, though, because it's just, ooh, little Wayne, he's just too good.
You gotta give Wayne the love.
He's just too good.
Drake,
he's just
thank
too good.
you so much.
Now this also is not a Photoshop picture. This is Drake. Okay, you see, we started out with Drake with the pink. This is a recent picture from probably 2022, 2023. He got the not just nail polish. He got the nails on. Okay, he got the fake nails on, the pointy joints too. Okay. So the people around him, they know what kind of dude he is. But those guys listening to him, I heard that Drake came out with an album, for example, right? And I saw people on YouTube saying, "Oh, we didn't like the album." And guys was like, "Yeah, man, Drake was hard, but before blah blah blah. Now his albums getting kind of softer." I'm like, listen, Drake always been like that. Y'all just wasn't paying attention. You know what I mean? Y'all just wasn't seeing this. Drake always been like this. That's one thing I will say about him. In my opinion, he always seemed that way. But you know, I know he put out songs when he was talking about getting girls and this and that and all kind of stuff. And there's evidence to show that he has a guy that goes out and basically gets women for him, whatever city he goes to. I'm not even going to go into all of that. I'm just going to say at the end of the day, you know, I think he's bisexual for sure. Okay, which I think P Diddy is also. Okay, he was with the girl Cassie, but also he's bisexual, and he's onto the wrong screen there. He's part of, you know, that group at the end of the day. Okay, so let's go to I see we got just from looking at that screen, we got somebody watching, so appreciate it. Let me pull up my chat real quick actually while I'm here. I'll pull this chat up. Let me pull this chat up right quick. That's good to actually click on that. I need to pop my chat out so I can see what y'all saying here. Somebody actually told me, they said, "Yo, what the rest of the video?" Because my video cut off. I think my I don't know if it was what was going on. I started talking about Drake and all of a sudden the thing cut off on me. I said, "Man, maybe Drake," and that was like, "Listen, cut his streaming software off. Man, we don't need to get him out of there." So once I started talking about Drake, I'm saying, "Damn, right on off." Let me type something here real quick, y'all. I want to make sure this thing working right. All right.
Revinston says, "We in here."
Okay, there we go. There we go. You like the video? If you're watching the video, you like it, please hit the like button. Also, liking the video, hitting the like button helps more people see these videos. Okay, so we talk about these subjects, and we got some crazy stuff here, yo. I ain't gonna lie, this stuff popped up, and I was like, really? Like, I was shocked looking at this. I'm really shocked at stuff. So let's go into the next video. So basically, you can see that Drake is basically is also gay, but also he had, not only is he bisexual most likely, but at the same time he was also, just like P Diddy, involved in getting people basically knocked off. Okay, now you may look at this and say, well, how does that, you know, you look at that and say, well, what does that really mean? Like, how does that at the end of the day, let me pull this next video real quick while I'm talking about this, right? At the end of the day, how does that you know, help them, you know, taking out, you know, whoever, you know, how does that help them? Now, I don't know if I played this in the last video because, like I said, the string got cut off, but in the last video, I had something pulled up where you can see, what's the guy's name? Triple X Extension. That's a long behind name. X Extension saying that, I'm gonna call him X from now on, okay? Saying that if he dies, I mean, actually, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I think I should be able to pull it up before I go into this next video. I want you guys to see it, and I don't think that actually came up. Let me look up here and see here. I actually stopped the video and was like chilling, like, yo, look, I'm done. And then I'm like, somebody was like, the video cut off, and I'm like, what Let me see real quick here. I can find this. I want you guys to at least see this before I move on. Hold on, is it right here? I think it's over here. Okay, let me see. I'll pull this up. One quick moment, y'all. I think it's right. There we go. All right.
Worst thing comes to worst.
Now check this out, right? Look at this real quick before I move on, right? I want y'all to see this. Pull this up. Look at what he says here, right? This is the rapper, the guy who had a dispute, right? X with P Diddy. I mean, not P Diddy. What Drake? Look what he says here, right?
Worst thing comes to worst, I fucking die a tragic death or some shit, and I'm not able to see out my dreams. I at least want to know that the kids perceived my message and were able to make something of themselves.
So basically, he you know, as we said in the last video, he saw that Drake, based on what he's saying, essentially truly took his style. All right, as he's a new artist, up-and-coming artist, Drake saw what his style and whatnot, said he was gonna work with him. He ended up getting locked up for a quick minute. Drake comes out in another country, I think Amsterdam, with his exact style, okay, and that kind of, I'm assuming, began their dispute, okay.
And able to take my message and use it and turn it into something positive, and to at least have a good life. I at least, if I'm gonna die or ever be a sacrifice, I want to make sure.
That's what I wanted to show you guys. Why would he say that? If I'm gonna die or ever be a sacrifice. Let's start from the beginning. Check out what he says here again.
Worst thing comes to worst, I fucking die a tragic death or some shit.
Now, why is he even talking about it? Why is he talking like if something were to happen to me, if I were to die, X, Y, Z? Why is he even saying that? Okay. Well, it's because these guys are part of different groups. Okay. I believe that X was in a secret society also. I'm not sure if maybe, in those groups, you have to do certain things. And I don't know if maybe he decided not to do something. Maybe they told him to sacrifice somebody and he didn't want to do it. I don't know. Usually when they want you to sacrifice somebody, it's not, okay, you sacrifice a cat, you sacrifice a dog. It's, can you sacrifice your mother or somebody who's close to you? That's what they want you to do, because it's proving to the devil, essentially, look, I'll give you anything. Okay, the devil appeared to Jesus. He said, all things I will give to you. Okay, because the power has been given to me to do that if you bow down and worship me. You understand what I'm saying? And these groups are basically worshipers of the devil for sure. Okay, Luciferians are connected to the higher levels of the Masons. Okay, a lot of people in the lower levels of lower level Masons don't understand it, because you have to rise up the ranks to actually get to that place to see that. But it's a reason why it's called a secret society. Okay, because one reason is because it's not just secret to outsiders, it's also a secret to those that are inside. Okay, so you see him saying, look, and there's evidence to show that he was connected to some of these groups. This guy X's music was very, a lot of music was demonic. I will say that. Okay, but I'm not going to go into stuff. I'm not trying to talk about that at the moment right now. But let's get out of here. Let me close this out real quick, and I'm gonna get on to. Actually, we need to switch right to this, y'all. I want to show you this. So show you this other video, right? Now you may be saying, okay, well, how would Drake or Laura benefit from, you understand, that how he benefit from these people losing their life, or P Diddy, how would he benefit from someone's life being taken, XYZ? All right, now outside of maybe that person being a sacrifice, okay, that they're required to take, also you're going to see here some more interesting things. So check this out. Now this is called this video is called "The Music Industry's Darkest Secret." Okay, and the thumbnail says "The Death Clause." Okay, this is a real thing.
Whenever an artist passes away, everyone comes out to show their respects on social media, and this effect has an uncanny ability to run up sales numbers. While in recent history it's been labeled the Prince effect, we have known for quite some time that an artist passing could be lucrative. But just how lucrative it is, we are just now getting to measure the effects more closely in the modern day. One paper titled "Music, Death, and Profits" lays this all out for us. Notably, this was the first study of its kind to show the long-term effects of this phenomenon. In their study that monitored 81 artists who passed away from 2015 to 2017, they found something pretty disturbing. Our findings show that a rate of sales does not return to pre-death levels, but instead is in most instances persistently higher even several years after the death shock occurred. So
they're saying here, this is like these are papers talking about artists that have passed. It says our findings show the rates of sales does not return to pre-death, okay, prior to the death of the person, okay, levels, but instead is is in most cases persistently higher. So their sales are increasing when they die. So a person worth sale wise is actually raised when they pass away. Okay. What I'm talking now, I'm saying as we look at why would there be an incentive for someone to take an artist's life? Okay. Well, this is explaining it.
Album sales leapt a staggering 226% on average, just on the day the artist died.
That's insane. 226% on average. Okay.
And they doubled overall on average for the first 100 days. For bigger artists like Prince, the effect was even more pronounced, as he saw a 16,000% increase, while other large artists saw very staggering numbers as well.
Now, you may say, well, why would it be such an increase? Well, think about it. You have the people that love Prince or whatever artist it was. All right. People are buying these people's music, number one, almost as like a commemorative thing. Okay. Almost as a memory piece. They're getting their music. They're getting it because they may be buying it to say, look, well, I don't want to listen to it. I'm going to add this to my, legendary music collection because this artist is now gone. It's almost like a Picasso effect, truly. You know what I mean? Maybe they should call it something like that. It's like, some of these artists, like some of the great artists of old, some of like, painters and so on and so forth, during their life, they weren't really respected like that. But when they passed, then all of a sudden people respected their art. And all of a sudden, oh, wow, look what they did. But while they were alive, some of them barely could, pay their bills. Okay. So some of these artists, musical artists is actually similar. Okay. And people that see that these people have great value when they pass away. And I was saying this in my last video when it got cut off. Okay. I'm going to say it again about, I'm feeling kind of upset. I'm phone all of that. And the things that the thing was streaming only to then let me know, oh no, it didn't record none of that. But anyway, it reminds me of a guy I used to work with who I can't remember what it's called, but I should look it up since I'm doing it again. But anyway, it's this thing where, essentially you probably heard of it, where you can take equity out of your house. Well, not even just take equity out of your house. You can basically get paid, from like a certain amount of money from what's your house is worth. But when you die, immediately your house is given to, whatever, company or insurance company or loan company that you work with. Okay. I forget what it's called. I think it's called a reverse mortgage, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Where you could do that. I know a guy I used to work with, and he did this. His wife, his ex-wife, I should say, not his current wife, but his ex-wife was saying, don't do that because this house could be used for our sons and so on and so forth. And he was a gambler at the time, and he would gamble, for 12 hours straight. He would gamble sometimes for days on end. And because of that, he said, you know what? Well, look, I need money to gamble. So he did the reverse mortgage thing. And he was pretty old. So, of course, I think they wanted him to get into that so they could get his house. So he had, the value was when he had to pass. And that's kind of what the way these artists, instead of it being a house, is like a person. Okay.
Furthermore, looking at the album sales for other rappers who have died young, we see that almost all of them see commercial success they never saw in their own lifetime. As if the financial incentives weren't already way too far in the wrong direction, this actually gets a hell of a lot worse. Because there's a clause in record contracts that allows record labels to cash in even more after an artist's passing. This has been going on since the early days of the music industry, and it's quite literally a standard practice. It's called the death clause, or the non-performance clause. Now, this is one of those lesser-known details in regards to record contracts, but the former manager of the Grateful Dead, Hank Harrison, wrote about this some years back. Essentially, it goes something like this. Companies shall have the right to secure insurance equivalent to 10 times the estimated value of the artist's earnings from any source of revenue for company's sole benefit.
So they can collect up to 10 times the estimated value of the artist's earnings. So they're saying, look, we're taking a risk, which they are, okay, and pushing these artists, okay, because they could pop or not. They could pop, go platinum or diamond, or they could just become a complete flop. And we put hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars behind them to make them a success. All right. Okay, we get that. But what these people don't understand, this is really, really dirty when you read this stuff, okay? It says, companies shall have the right to secure insurance equivalent to 10 times the estimated value of the artist's earnings the estimated value of the earnings from any source of revenue for a company's sole benefit, not the family, not the mom and the pop of X's, not the mom and pop of X or mom and the pop of, other artists that passed away like Pop Smoke and all of them. No. The money goes right to these record companies, okay? For a company's sole benefit. In Cobain's case, that amounted to several billion, okay, with a B. So these companies made billions of dollars off of this man passing away. They're talking about Kurt Cobain, okay? Companies shall be allowed to employ any insurance carrier or combination of same to assure the benefit and need not consult or require a signature from who? Compliance from the artist. So the artist has nothing to do with this. Companies shall keep such information confidential, except the company may disclose such information to the applicable insurance carrier. So only them and the insurance carrier know about this. So it's between them and the record company, okay? Or as required by law for artists or artists' estate, okay, shall have no right to review or claim so what is their estate? It's everything that they leave when they pass, okay? Their estate in many times is in their will. But if they don't have if they don't leave a will, whatever the case may be, well, they have to look and say, okay, well, what is in their estate? All right, what do they have? All right. Or if they write a will, then they're saying these are things that are in my estate, so on and so forth. This goes to this son, this goes to that daughter, so on and so forth. This says artist or artist's estate shall have no right. So you have no claim to that, to review or claim, okay, the benefit. So basically, essentially, so the benefit of any such policy obtained by a company. Okay, so essentially they're saying, look, we're gonna make a ton off of that artist, more than they ever, most likely would have ever made in their lifetime, and you won't get none of that. Don't even try to touch it. All right. I mean, this stuff is like it's not slavery, but it's very similar in the way that it's written out. Okay, for sure.
Companies shall be allowed to employ any insurance carrier or combination of the same to a standard practice in other talent, and the insurance policy is a protection against loss or a...
In short, here is what a death clause does. In my humble opinion, if any artist fails to perform or pay back advances, because of course they give you an advance many times, so maybe $100, maybe even $1 million, whatever, as an artist, but you have to pay that back, of course, to sell it, so on and so forth, okay? If an artist fails to perform or pay advances, and that's for new artists when I said that, okay, the artist becomes more profitable dead, okay? So if an artist fails to perform or pay back advances, the artist becomes more profitable dead. Today, the hit clause still exists, but it is more subtle, whatever it says, okay, subtle, okay, and I'm probably reading that wrong. Whereas it used to be worth thousands, is now potentially worth billions. Wow. Labels invest millions in new talent, and the insurance policy is a protection against loss or a way of collecting projected profits for music, t-shirts, books, foreign rights, and everything else in all forms. It's kind of like, reminds me of this movie that was supposed to come out called, I think it was Batgirl or something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. It was going to be like a Warner Brothers DC, like DC Comics Batman movie, but it was about Batgirl. And after watching it, Warner Brothers, who was already having some issues with the DC universe, which was created, they decided to scrap the entire movie, even though Michael Keaton, filmed the scenes and other people filmed their scenes. Michael Keaton was coming back as the original Batman. They decided to scrap the finished movie so they could get a tax credit, so they could basically get their money back. Okay. So these companies know ways to get their money back. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I brought that up. All right. Scrap the whole movie so it was never seen. They actually, by law, can't even show it to anybody anywhere. They had to actually destroy all evidence of it, so they can't make a profit from it to be able to get this tax credit. Okay.
The way of collecting
and that credit was in the millions.
The profits for music, t-shirts, books, foreign rights, and everything else in all forms. Now, I want to clarify one thing here about the death clause, and it's that this type of life insurance, also known as key man insurance, is actually a standard practice in other industries as well.
We're going to stop right here. You can watch the rest of this video if you want, okay? This is the name of the video. You can watch the rest of that if you want in your own time, okay? But let's move on, okay? Because I brought these things up, okay, to explain how you have P. Diddy, all right? And they're involved in what, as we can see, is essentially a group, a secret group. All right, because we can ascertain this from the fact that they're able to move with almost like some unearthly immunity to all prosecution, and do all type of things. Okay, I don't know if I said this in my last video, but there's a woman, you could probably find her on YouTube, who has a video where she talks about crimes that have been committed, okay, by P. Diddy from, you know, when he first entered the game. So now, and there's so many things that he is, at least allegations, and then things that he actually was convicted of also, okay. There are fights and people being shot, all kinds of stuff that he was involved in. Some stuff I actually forgot about. It's a long history of this stuff, okay. And when you look at it, you say, wow, like how in the world? Somebody says, oh, well, he has good lawyers. It's more than just good lawyers, trust me, okay. It's more than good lawyers. It's people that have had good lawyers that they locked up. Okay, it's more, and it's more than just who you know, but in many ways also it is who you know when it comes to what group that you're in, and they're part of a group that is, like I said, my opinion is like essentially a gay mafia. Okay, it's not just the Masons or this or that. It's something more than that. Okay, in my opinion. So moving on, y'all. Moving on. Let me see what we looking at right here. If you watch a lot, let me know in the comments. Okay. Also, if you guys want to donate to this channel, all right. As I said in my last video, I've been dealing with stuff with people trying to attack my videos. And these past 2 weeks, I've had like 4 or 5 videos of mine, all about the same subject, about hell being attacked, and they've been trying to basically get them removed. I had to go online and reply to all of this stuff on YouTube so that my videos wouldn't be removed from somebody trying to act like I had it was his original stuff. Maybe they tried to come against those videos that I made. They weren't even stuff like the YouTube stuff like this where I was watching videos that I made this originally, and they literally tried to take that down. So then I had them demonetize my page like 2 days ago for another false claim. So I had to actually go, and it was just some mess. So it's probably the same person had to go to YouTube and show them this wasn't true. Then they had to remonetize my page and to go and do all that kind of stuff to fix it. It was just a bunch of dumbness. Okay, but essentially, from that, some of the good that came from that was me seeing how YouTube, when people give me, you know, essentially gifts and supers and stuff on YouTube, if you want to give me a gift on YouTube, YouTube gets like 30 or more % of that. Okay, I only get 70% of that money. So if you give me whatever, I'm not getting all the money. Then on top of the fact, YouTube holds that money for at least a month, and if I don't meet a certain requirement, I have to wait another month to get the money. Okay, so it all depends on how much revenue I get at a certain level that they will even release the money. So I'd rather just get my money, have my money go right to me than going through YouTube, which already has in the past done all kind of dumb stuff, which I'm not going to mention right now. So to donate to the page, this is how you do it. Okay, these 2 ways. That's how you donate. If you want to donate, support your boys, support this channel, support this ministry. This is how you can do it. Okay, Cash App, Venmo. All right, Cash App, Venmo. One day I'll get a Patreon. I actually have one, but I need to pull it up anyway. Okay, so anyway, let's continue. Now check this stuff out. Right, this stuff I'm about to show you guys is really, what are we looking at here? It's really odd. Let me go down here. All right, let's look at this stuff, y'all. So P. Diddy, all right, Drake, these are people. Both of these are artists, producers, so on and so forth, okay, that are involved in all kind of different crimes and so on and so forth, but they just seem to just get around it. In the case of Drake, just openly, blatantly is putting out on his records for millions of people to hear that, look, I touched this guy, you know, as I believe I may have said in the last video, in the lyrics, you may have seen how he said essentially, that's how you get respect. Okay, I gotta do stuff like this. That's how you get respect. All right, let's move on to the next video, y'all. And this stuff to me was really shocking. Now these are still allegations. These are, of course, a lot of stuff is allegations, but some of these allegations, in my opinion, I believe these are really true. Now check this out, right? This video just actually popped up. All right, I'm not gonna play all this guy's video. And he's going to do some claims also in this video. I believe it's him. I think that's the next one. But he's going to the next guy I'm going to play is going to some things I'm not even going to go into, because I want you to watch his joint instead of watching Macho Man, because he has a letter that was sent to him, I believe. So better you probably just go watch his page. But I'm just going to show some of these to let you guys understand what's going on here. And you be the judge. All right. So check. Let me pull this up here. Check this out. This is all related to this stuff with P. Diddy and this group that I'm telling you that these guys are a part of. All right, check this out.
Called out again, and let's link that to somebody else, because this whole so it seems that TD Jakes is being called out again, and let's link that to somebody else, because this whole situation is very weird. That's a Smart Morale. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Back again with another video. If you have not subscribed, click that button, guys. It is daily and consistent content. Oh, Tough News TV are stating that TD Jakes, they are alleging, is part of the freak-offs. Now, I did a...
No, if you don't know what that is, the freak-offs is essentially basically parties that P. Diddy would have that I believe Cassie said in her lawsuit, where he would have basically men and he would have people basically have sleeping with each other and so on and so forth and doing all kind of stuff, like a big party basically, okay, sex party, whatever.
Conversation on this a couple of weeks ago, as a lot of people have assumed this, but Tough News TV is stating that there are videos and that, you know, he was not only attending the parties, which we've seen, but engaging in these parties and doing things with much younger males.
Now, so they're saying this, they're alleging that TD Jakes, okay, that's right, the TD Jakes with the big church and everything, they're alleging that TD Jakes was involved with P. Diddy with this stuff. I don't know for sure. Okay, I'm not going to say that's a fact. I don't know, especially with another about a minister of the word of God. Okay, as I am myself, but I will say that I'm more inclined to believe that. Okay, because TD Jakes, in my opinion, I've heard him say things over the past years, especially recently, which in my opinion, he said things that no man of God would say. For example, he was on a show, I think Mark Lamont Hill, if I'm not mistaken, and he was talking, they asked him about, you know, his views on God, and it's actually ironic. They asked him about his views on God and, like, you know, gay and lesbian and so on and so forth, and how does that relate, you know, between the churches and so on and so forth, because the Bible clearly says that homosexuality, you know, is against the word of God. It's against God. You know, you can't be a Christian and be homosexual at the same time. It's a sin, just like, you know, sleeping around or sleeping with, you know, as the Bible says, your father's wife and different things. All of those are together. There's a sin. That's not what God wants. Okay. You can come to God as a homosexual and be saved and then stop doing it, but you can't come to the Lord and come to God and continue to stay in sin, which is homosexuality. You can't say, I'm just going to stay this way, and then God's going to just have to accept it. That's not how it works. You have to change according to what he says. You can't make him change according to what you want him to do. Okay. But so we see this picture here, TD Jakes. I'm saying it because when they asked TD Jakes about this, or Mark Lamont Hill, I almost forgot to finish saying this. TD Jakes' response, you can look this up. His response was something like, well, you know, I can't impose what I believe on other people. And it wasn't like he was talking about, you know, someone walking down the street. He was really, if you listen to what he was saying essentially regarding, you know, church overall. Like he was saying, my church, we believe in certain thing, blah, blah, blah. But he was, excuse me, if you listen to it, trust me, he was really basically saying that he really does, in my opinion, he was saying he doesn't really believe what the Bible says. TD Jakes, okay, he was saying essentially like that's the way it sounded to me. He was saying for sure, I don't believe really, I don't espouse and do really everything the Bible says, okay. And even though I may be a preacher and a pastor, I don't really believe that, okay. I don't really, you know, I'm just a pastor. It's almost like it's a job for me, okay. Now we see him all, you know, cozy with P. Diddy. Now they may have, somebody may say, well, you don't know, maybe they just had a business deal together. Maybe they had something going on, but these guys both make a lot of money, you know. But there are pictures which this guy's probably going to pull up that, in my opinion, make me think twice, okay.
So this is a major allegation that has come forth, but at the same time, would I be surprised? No, because I do think that there are a lot of false prophets within every religion who things happen. You've been around these funds that we are collecting via our...
Okay, see right here. Now, what is P. Diddy doing? He's giving that Mason sign, okay? The pyramid, he's giving that Mason sign. That's very, very clear. That's very, very clear he's giving that Mason sign, okay? Very, very clear. And you see TD Jakes, you know, all around him. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm not even joking when I say this in the slightest bit. If someone's taking a picture, all right, if I'm around somebody, they're taking a picture, and especially if I'm a big name like TD Jakes. TD Jakes is not just like some schmo off the street, or whatever, as people would say. He's actually a very big name. Okay, no matter how you look at it. If I'm taking a picture, somebody's giving a sign, a hand gesture, which is a Masonic and satanic hand gesture for sure, right in front of me, I would say, listen, brother, can you not do that? Seriously, can you not do that? Or how about this? Don't take a picture with them. And I say that because, once again, if they were just partners with business only, or you can't say, oh well, you know, you may go in business with somebody like me, for example, myself. I have my own businesses, okay, but I can't just say I'm gonna go in business with somebody and do something, okay, and maybe let's say I'm a contractor or whatever, right, and then someone wants to do a type of joint thing. I can't just say, okay, we're gonna do this, and then all of a sudden later I find out that they're, you know, Mason or whatever, and I'm not in agreement with that. Well, hey, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're together for business XYZ, okay? So I'm just saying, it's not, I can't really blame him for, if he's doing sole business with, you know, just solely, you know, join with him in business, is kind of joint venture going on. I can't just say, okay, well, he's a Mason, whatever, so therefore you're a Mason. But when you add everything up, like I always say, you can't, you know, judge about one thing, but it has to be a preponderance of evidence, as they say, an overwhelming amount of evidence to prove, or to show one thing or another. That's how courts judge things. Okay, so we see him there giving this hand gesture, right? We see other picture of them together. All right. On top of the fact, my opinion, like as I was saying, TD Jakes has been saying things over the years. All right, that in my opinion point to the fact that he's not a pastor like people. I mean, he has a church, okay, but things that he's been saying, my opinion, definitely show you how far away he's been drifting. Okay,
temple, church, mosque, whatever.
From the word. Let me see what else we have here, because I don't know if this guy says anything else in this video. Okay, he was referencing another video, actually. This guy, this guy's page, Marad. I'm actually going to go into that next video. I think it's right here. Okay, so check this out, right? Now, I believe also I gotta say this really quickly. I believe what they're saying is that if I'm not mistaken, they're saying that Kim Porter, the woman who was P. Diddy's wife, she said that she had evidence, okay, that TD Jakes was actually at these freak off events, okay. She said that he was there. I think they said that, which this is the part I'm not going to show you, because it's like related to a letter this guy has on, or rather you look at on his page. This is the page, Tough News, okay. But I believe in that letter they talk about how it's possible that someone was alleging that TD Jakes was involved with an allegation of something with a minor or something like that, and it's a bunch of stuff. You'll see what I'm talking. You'll see what they're talking about if you watch this video, okay? But something that happened years ago, but. Basically, they're alleging that he was at these freak offs, okay, and that's why he's so cozy with P. Diddy. In actuality, it's not what you think it is. They're really more. It's just like, you know, those meetings that some Masons have, where they'll meet and they'll have orgies and different things like that, and the people will be wearing a mask. It's just like on that movie, Eyes Wide Shut. Okay, that movie actually, Eyes Wide Shut, was really showing a lot of real stuff. And the director of that movie, after he made it, he actually passed away. Okay, and the movie was actually, you could look this up, I'm telling you the truth, he ended up passing away. People say he was killed, okay, because he was trying to make a movie revealing these things, okay. And the movie definitely reveals a lot of stuff in that movie. It's a movie with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. And essentially, they said that the movie was actually, they asked the director of that movie to change it, and he didn't. Okay, they changed certain things and he didn't. So he ended up losing his life. And then they said that the studio came in and took a bunch of scenes out of the movie. Okay, so but even the movie itself is still kind of scathing, but they said that it was much more to it than what you the way it was even shown in it. Okay, but I'm just saying to say that those freak offs and stuff are essentially like what was in that movie, where they show people meeting up. You know, you've seen the movie, Tom Cruise almost by accident follows a friend to one of these like mansions or whatever, and starts to understand this world that, you know, of that these Masons. They didn't really say Mason, I don't think, in the movie at all, but that's really what it is, the secret society. Okay, and he starts getting involved in it. Okay.
Look at her. The Bible speaks plain, and that you so-called moderate church-going fakers. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. You look just like the sinner. You act just like the sinner. That's right. And you think just like the sinner. That's right. That's right. That's why you find TD Jakes hanging out with Puff Daddy. Yeah.
Now, when that guy said that he's hanging out with Puff Daddy, that video is not a video was made today. So because he's been hanging out with Puff Daddy for some time, okay, from P. Diddy for some time. Once again, it's like it's either one way or another way. It's either he had nothing to do with that stuff or he did. Okay, so how do you figure that out? Well, you have to look at different things, see what T.D. Jakes is involved in, see if what his teachings is saying. If he's saying things that are far away from what the Bible says, in my opinion, a lot of things he's saying now are. I think early on in his ministry, if you know the story of T.D. Jakes, you know, he was a small pastor, okay, and he ended up being essentially found by the people who were over the Christian network TBN, okay. I believe it was Paul Crouch, if I'm not mistaken. They saw one of his videos and they helped get him on that network. And that was a big network. I think it's still around today. It's still a big network, okay. It's a Christian network. And one of the number one networks. So it's the number one network for many years for a Christian network. Okay. And actually one of the biggest networks in the world. Okay. And he ended up getting on there, and that's how his church and everything started to grow. Okay. But I don't know what happened. I don't know what really is going on with him. I haven't seen evidence to show that T.D. Jakes is a Mason and whatnot, but I want to be surprised because some of these he's been saying has made me feel like he's kind of taking a step from the Lord. Also, there are, sad to say, a lot of pastors who join secret societies, okay? And you can clearly see if you're in them that this stuff is not of the Lord, okay? But they'll join it and to say, hey, because it gives me power, I get a certain amount of prestige, I get to be involved in these freak off stuff like that. And they want to be involved in that, but the end of it is basically hell and separation from God, okay?
This is some explosive information in regards to the real nature of Diddy and T.D. Jakes' relationship. And I'm going to go ahead and be upfront with you guys. This is the cleanest version that I could give you all. Because when I tell y'all that I have some potent information in regards to some of y'all's favorite bishop and how he be moving.
Hold up, y'all, my fault. It's ad. Let me skip ad here. All right.
Shocking to say the least.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, before we move along, I just want to say happy birthday to Kim Porter. Her birthday was on yesterday. Shout out to Kim Porter and everything that she stood for. And even though Kim is comfortably sleeping in peace, just know that you have people like me and others that's pounding the pavement to uncover what birthdays to come. So what I want to do right here is just take the time to have a moment of silence for Kim Porter. Happy birthday, Kim Porter. The fucking of Kim's birthday, Diddy decided to crawl out of his crevice and post something on Instagram to honor Kim Porter. And basically this is what he said. He said, "We miss you so much, Kim. Happy birthday, beautiful. Love forever." And then he had the audacity to follow it up with a black heart emoji. Now, I understand that within my community, some people post black hearts as a symbol of black love. I get that. Don't get me wrong. But in this situation, I just find it highly disrespectful because if he really loved her, dirt wouldn't be packed on top of her casket right now. And just like the coward he is, he ran and turned the comment section off, right? Because I guess he knew people would be in the comments like, how dare you? You know what I'm saying? Especially when people feel that you have something to do with her passing. And, you know, with all the other lawsuits that have been filed against him and things like that, of course, people are going to come in the comments and check him about that. But one of my pet peeves when it comes to regular people and especially celebrities is that when you face scrutiny, you run and limit the comments or you turn the comments completely off.
So he posted that stuff about her, Kim Porter, his former wife, and then just put the comments off. But also now I look at them together, it makes me, you know, this is one thing that I want to say, you know, and you can take this as you will. You know, when I see like, you know, just certain pastors and stuff, a lot of times, and this is really true what I'm about to say, a lot of pastors or even Christian artists link up with these people that are not believers, okay? Somebody may look at that and say, hey, well, that's good. you know, that Christian person may rub off on them, you know, and the Bible says that, you know, Jesus, you know, he hung with the publicans and sinners and so on and so forth. And he was not just in the church all day long, which is, of course, true. Out of street ministry, we're not always in the church all day long. OK, we got to be outside. But at the same time, it's a lot of times when you see these certain ministers or so-called ministers linking up with these people, and it's like they're just enamored to be with them. Oh, I just want to be around a celebrity. You know what I mean? They're not going to say that, but the way that they appear with them. All right. Like, let's say, for example, a major celebrity wanted to do a business deal with me. OK. And they're not a believer. I'm not going to be like some people would do this, but if I know that they represent things that are not of God, whatever, but it's just some kind of business and maybe God says that's okay, whatever, I'm not going to be all pushing them so everyone can see that, because while I'm doing pushing them, I'm pushing their brand. I'm pushing what they're doing, okay? I'm going to keep somebody even under the table, all right? But I see so many times I've seen Christian artists, for example, they'll have secular people on their album, okay? They'll have regular rappers. And you're a Christian artist with regular rapper on your album, all right? And you ask them, please don't curse. But don't you, at the same time when you're doing that and they're not cursing, you're promoting them on that album. So now someone can turn your music off and then turn their stuff on. But so you may say, well, they're doing it to essentially, you know, bringing other people from other, they're crowding in to watch them. How about just keep doing what you're doing? Why do you need to make, you see what I'm saying? It's like to me, it's like a promotional trick. It's like a promotional gag that really trying to take a shortcut, but it really doesn't work. And also, like I said, a lot of them, they're just enamored being around these celebrities. Okay. When the ironic part is that if you're a believer, if you're a Christian, if you're a child of God, you are a star in God's eyes, and you are a true star in eternity. Okay. You will last forever. These folks that are in sin and all this kind of stuff in these freak offs, they are not. Okay, they're more like a black hole, but you're enamored to be around them. All right, and if I don't know if this story with TD Jakes is true or not when it comes to him being involved with these freak offs, but I believe there are. I want to put it past him that there will be prominent Christian or so-called, I won't say so-called Christian people involved with these freak offs and different things. This also makes sense when you think about the fact that, you know, you kind of think about P. Diddy in the lives of someone like Epstein. Okay, how people was like, well, what does Epstein really do? You understand what I'm saying? What is this guy really doing? Well, what he did was something that most of y'all wouldn't have thought, which is having these parties and bringing, you know, underage people there, so that a lot of these top ruling class people could be involved with this stuff. Okay, I mean, you think about it. I said this before my channel. You think about that movie that came out with Jim Caviezel. I can't think of the name. The Sound of Freedom, I think it's called. I believe that's what it's called. Where that movie came out, they attacked that movie so bad. I had no plan on watching that movie, because a lot of Christian movies that come out that I've seen have not been that good. Okay, it's like maybe like 1 or 2 out of 20 are actually good sometimes. So I don't watch a lot of Christian movies, even though I'm a Christian. I had no intention at all watching that movie. Okay. And I saw so much backlash against it. I watched it just because they had so much backlash. And the movie was a pretty good movie. It was like a 7.5, 8 out of 10. It was a really pretty good movie. Okay. Very simple, straightforward movie. But they was attacking that movie too for no saying that. It was just a basic movie. Okay. Explaining about how, like stuff like Epstein Island is real. And it is real. It was a true story too. And they still attacked the movie. So I'm like, thinking about P. Diddy, he was like providing something like that. Okay. With these freak offs and things like that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I don't know if when it comes to underage thing, but he was providing something like that. And I think a lot of people knew that. It's kind of almost like Bernie Madoff. You know, Bernie Madoff, he was, you know, people, he would only accept a certain amount of people in to his, you know, firm, I guess. Like, even though essentially it was all fake, he would only accept a certain amount of people in who had a certain amount of money. All right. And as long as the economy was working right, they was chilling, everything was good. But when the economy took a turn, they couldn't give everyone's money out because it was all a scam. All right. Whereas on P. Diddy, it's like it's actually seemingly more safe in the sense that he's not really dealing with your money. You know, you're bringing your body there. Maybe you're paying him a monthly fee. Same thing with Epstein. Maybe people are paying him a monthly fee, like cable. I don't know, but they have ways. These people have ways of making money and income. Trust me. You may say, oh well, they ain't put an album out. They ain't doing this. They ain't doing that. These people got ways of making money. Trust me. Okay. And if you can throw parties, you can do all this kind of stuff. you can fly under the radar. You can, you know, and like I was saying in the last video, how are these people always getting away with this stuff? Well, if you can provide stuff like this, the people that are in rulership, that are involved in this stuff, they'll keep you out of prison. They'll keep you out of jail, okay? At the end of the day. You know what I mean? So we're going to stop this video right here, y'all. We're going to talk about this all day long. Like I'll lay my black behind down. Thank you guys for watching. All right. It's your boy, Brother Winston. I don't know what else to say. Look, we out, yo. You know what I mean? We out. And this completes this small series. It's supposed to be one video, but it ended up being 2 videos. Check us out Tuesday through Friday, okay, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, for our live show, Paint Glory with your boy, Brother Winston. Let me know what you think in the comments, y'all. I'm out. Thanks for watching.